I sentence you to life in prison.
The teens who were laughing and fooling around in court had brutally murdered an elderly grandmother. Because they were minors, they thought they would get the lightest sentence. But with a single sentence, the judge wiped the smiles off their faces. At the time, 73-year-old Linda Fricky had parked on the side of the road to make a phone call, unaware that 3 14-year-old teens were slowly approaching her door. 2 of them yanked open the door of her silver Nissan. After spraying the victim with pepper spray, they punched and kicked the grandmother. The teens then forcibly dragged her out of the car and drove off. But Linda's seatbelt was still on, and she was dragged along the street until her arm was crushed. Witnesses said her screams lasted a full 3 minutes, the most heart-wrenching cries they had ever heard. By the time police arrived, Linda was already dead. On Monday, police released surveillance footage of the suspects. In the end, the suspects were arrested after their own family members turned them in. Because they were only 14, they assumed they would receive the minimum penalty. At first, the judge did impose the minimum, 15 years in prison. However, at the final hearing, while the victim's family wept in anguish, the teens laughed loudly in the courtroom and even started dancing. Seeing their complete lack of remorse, the judge decided to overturn the earlier ruling.
I was willing to give you a chance to change, but all I saw was you smiling at the victim's family with no remorse. I sentence you to life in prison.
The new sentence instantly wiped the grins from their faces. Ultimately, the 14-year-olds were sentenced to life in prison, with the possibility of parole only after 40 years. So, do you agree with the judge's decision? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments.